It's the final Women's Masters E. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 boats. We have in lane 1, Portland. Lane 2 is Avalon. Lane 3 is NBRC. And lane 4 is Mile High Rowing Club. Right out of the start, in lane 1, we have Portland pulling very, very strong. They have jumped out to an immediate 3-seat lead over lane 3, which is NBRC. They are followed about 1 seat behind by lane 4, which is Mile High Rowing Club. And in lane 2, we have Avalon still hanging on. All boats are moving smoothly up their lanes. At about 250 meters, we still have Portland in the lead. They're about 5 seats now over lane 3, which is NBRC, and they are followed by lane 4, Mile High Rowing Club. The boats have a very, very even stroke rate at this point. But as we're approaching the 500 meter mark, excuse me, Portland continues to pull slightly ahead. They're at an 8-seat lead now, followed by NBRC, and over in lane 4, Mile High Rowing Club is hanging on there in 3rd place. And lane 2, we have Avalon. The boats are moving in the same position up the course. Everyone is pulling at a steady pace.
We can pick up this race. It's the Women's Masters E final. This is a final, and it is E category. So all the handicap has been, there is no handicap in this race. It's first boat across. And when we talk a little bit more about handicaps in a minute, but right now, since it's a category, this is Women's Masters E, 55 to 60, age average. You don't, everybody has to be, does not have to be in that boat between that age group, but the boat average has to average.
Checking our lane assignments for the Women's Masters E coming down our courseways right now. In lane number 1 will be Portland Boat Club, and they are on the lead. In lane 2 is Avalon, currently trailing. In lane 3 is NBRC from Portland, Oregon, and they are fighting it out for the first spot. And in lane number 4 is Mile High Rowing Club from Parker, Colorado. On the clear lead is Portland along the shoreline. Then we go outside to NBRC. They are being shadowed by Mile High Rowing Club on the far outside, and Avalon is trailing. Coming up on 1,000 meters. It is still Portland, but they have lost some ground to NBRC on the outside, and Mile High Rowing Club has continued to stay in the hunt. Avalon is struggling, not only with their pace, but also keeping a straight line down their lane. And it'll probably become even more of a struggle as they come through probably the most wind-stroked area, and it is a crosswind on our course today. Portland continues to lead on the shore. NBRC had a little bit of a problem first getting hit by that crosswind and did have to square it out. Nearing 750 meters to go in the race. Portland Boat Club continues to wane just a little bit, ever so slightly, with NBRC trying to take advantage of it on the outside, and Mile High staying with them stroke for stroke. Avalon continues to trail. Three boats very close to one another. As Portland has led throughout, they got off to a good start and have had the lead as they have moved along here. But as I mentioned before, from about 750 in to this particular point in our race, they have dropped back ever so slightly. NBRC is trying to take advantage of the situation, as is Mile High on the far outside. Portland along the shoreline in this Women's Masters E final. As Bob mentioned, average age in the boat between 55 and 60 years of age. And so far, Portland Boat Club certainly giving a good show here. They were challenged in mid-course. They've picked it up again a little bit and have held off the challenge and kept kind of that same interval for about the last 250, 300 meters. Mile High Rowing Club on the outside trying to eclipse the NBRC, and there again they have moved up ever so slightly as the two crews have come down our course, but the same relative position has been going on for quite some time. So I would suspect, just for bragging rights on this final, that for second and third place there might be a little contest going on, but right now the Portland Boat Club appears to have gotten this thing back in hand once again and are on the lead. Dark jerseys, white shell, Portland Boat Club. Then outside to NBRC, and farther outside to Mile High Rowing Club.
Again, in this final event of the Women's E, this is a final only. First boat across wins the gold medal, and it's been a tight race, but these women are, some of them are former Olympians, some of them have learned to row, but it's a great testimony to all these women that are out here rowing today.
Looks like it'll finish up pretty much in the order that it has been for a considerable length of time. Portland Boat Club finishing up number one. NBRC, the apparent third place crew, with Mile High Rowing Club in that third position, with Avalon Rowing Club trailing on this particular race.
Down here at the start, we're about to see the men's Masters final in the F class. It's a Grand Masters trophy. There'll be something a little different and interesting here in the fact that the boats will have a staggered start. The boats will not all start at the same time, but they will be handicapped from the initial start, and we'll see them as they hopefully come very close in the final as you get to the finish line. In lane 1, we have Rocky Mountain. Lane 2, Marin. Lane 3, Compote. Lane 4 is a San Diego Rowing Club, and lane 5 is Long Beach Rowing.